Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, it's the Cappy. Hey, look at my new shirt I got. What would Snake Plissken do, huh? Get that at blackbrigade.org. They got their cafe press. This is a video request. Look, here's the thing. This has nothing to do with the client. Don't any of you tell me how to run the business. Please don't. Well, I don't like the introduction. I don't like this. Oh, too fucking bad because you don't run the fucking company. Alright, so shut the fuck up with your opinions that don't ultimately matter. I will do what the fuck I want because I don't know if you noticed it. It's asshole consulting, not supplicant. What do you want? Should I run? I will do whatever the fuck I want, and you don't have to like it. If you don't, you don't have to tune in. You could go away. So for all of you, I think you should have a cup of shut the fuck up and either watch it or not. That's what I think. And that's it. So I'm going to be deleting any other, well, I think, I'll ask your advice. If I want your advice, I'll ask for it. But I don't want your advice. So just sit there and shut the fuck up. Anyway, this has nothing to do with this poor guy that just cleaning house a little bit. Young man writes, Will writes, Aaron, do you think it is wise to understand your personality type and where you are going to fit in the workplace prior to attending college? I'm asking because I feel that now, after working for a year and a half, I have a better understanding of my strengths and weaknesses as an individual. And you will. As you get older, you're going to find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. So that's... But you're not... You're asking right off the bat, you have to understand the impossibility of what you're trying to figure out is you wouldn't have figured that out beforehand, so how would you have known? And I know you think, well, these tests would have told me, but we'll get to that. When I graduated college a year and a half ago, I paid less attention to these details because no one was telling me to think about them, and I wasn't thinking about the big picture of life as much. If you'd like, would you want to do a video on this? Because I feel like after a few months of service industry experience, more business majors such as management and accounting, which is what I'm thinking about going back to do, are more applicable after working. Will. Here's the deal. What you're asking about is like the Breyers MIG, the NTJP, TNG, TPA. I'm a TNTT, and I'm a BNJX, and I'm an XYJW. My goodness. Well, USAKTs. Oh, you're jokers. Is there some validity to it? Yes, of course. There's always some statistical validity to it. I took it. Everyone know what I was, and I was one of those, and that's what I was. But here's the problem I have with these personality types. There's a handful of things. And I had to sit and think through it, so I came up with three major ones, but the fourth one is the ultimate major one, why these personality tests don't matter. Okay? So the general problem I have with them is that whereas there's some validity to these psychological personality tests, they put way too much emphasis on using them as tools to make decisions about the futures. Should you consider them when making decisions? Yes. Might they have an effect on your future life and career and all that? Yes. But one, I don't think it's categorical. I don't think it's a science where it's like, yeah, you're a TNJW. Well, shitty fucks. You know what? Well, that means you're condemned to here. I mean, it almost makes you sound like it's a robot or you're an automaton. And once you have it, oh, there's nothing you can do about it to change. So I don't like how it locks you in. And I don't think it speaks truly to your future potential. Like, seriously, if I followed what I was, I would have never been a dancer. The things that I'm great at are things I never tried and never would have thought and never would have come up at a personality test. So understand this is a social science that we're using. Most social sciences are flawed. They are certainly not as predictable as the physical sciences. So yeah, take your test, but no. So anyway, the main key problems I have with this. One, your personality is always changing. You will always change. Hopefully for the better. You'll get wiser, more mature, a little less rowdy or angry or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you get more angry as bad things happen to you. You will adapt to your environment, and that's good because you can't stay the same way no matter what. Now, certain key things about you will remain the same. But if you don't adapt, not only, again, is that an automaton, you're not human, it's going to make life really hard. So you gotta kind of adapt and your personality is going to change to your environment to a little bit. So it's not take this test when you're 17 years old and it condemns you for the rest of your life. So you will change over time. The second thing, no environment or work group or any kind of place that you're going to be in is static or fixed. All environments are always changing, always dynamic, always moving. Will some things be traditionally the way they are? Yes. Golf will continue to be quite stuffy. Snowboarding will be quite, oh wow, well, man, yeah, dude, fuck the future, oh, get some nar, man. Okay, then, so they'll still be there. But like when you go and work, which it seems like your general concern is about, those environments do not stay static. They are always kind of changing, maybe slower. They're not chaotic or volatile, but they are changing. So you almost want to become like a chameleon when you're an employee. Your personality doesn't matter when you're an employee. I wish Americans get that through their fucking heads. None of you are special. There's 310 million of us. Not one of us is special. Oh, okay, all right, Bill Gates or somebody, Jonas Salk. Okay, yeah, some people are special. You and I ain't one of them. So if you're going into the working world, you're best at being a chameleon and adapting. Your personality, everyone, oh, my personality, and like, there's some limp dick fucking wannabe pastor, he has some article written about him, he's like 120 grand in debt, and he's going to some fake seminary college out in San Francisco, and he's all like, well, I know a lot of people said English wasn't going to be the greatest degree, and neither was divinity, but that's not what I want to do. Fuck what you want to do. And the world doesn't give a flying fuck what you want. You do what the world wants. That's how it works. That's how you make a living, doing what other people want. So the world doesn't bend over backwards for you. So you got to realize it doesn't matter what your personality is. If you want to succeed, if you want to, survive, your personality, you put it on the shelf, you just clock out. You just check out and you go do. I mean, think of all those poor Chinese people doing the soldering and putting together, the veritable slave laborers, putting together the Apple products. Do you sit there and think, you think they're sitting there saying, well, I got a personality, and this just doesn't, by golly, I thought to go to Samsung, that's what I'll do, they'll treat me better. No, they've checked out. They know that they're there for labor. There's nothing special about them. Another thing kind of touched on before is that it's these personality tests or saying, this is my personality, it's defeatist and fatist. It's like, this is who you are. These are your strengths and these are your weaknesses, and you'll never be able to do anything about it. Bullshit. You can always improve upon your weaknesses. Like right now, I'm trying to relax and enjoy life a little bit more, not always work so much. And it's hard to let go. But it was a very short, like, let's go, let's move, let's get out of here. Jesus fucking Christ, guys, we're going to sit around here all day. Come on, there's stuff to do. And it's like, well, wait a minute, there really is nowhere else to go. There's not some career. There's no place to be. But I'm improving. I'm getting better in being patient. And patience was one of my, if not the single worst attribute of mine. It wasn't even an attribute. I lacked it completely. So once you say, well, I'm bullheaded, I'm stubborn. Well, that's too bad. No, you got to work on that. You should be able to adapt, and so, or I'm lazy, or I'm cowardly, or I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm afraid. God, trust me, there's some people. There's a backstory to that. I got a couple, especially the women. These girls, they're beautiful. I'm saying, look, why don't you just go on the internet? You're very intelligent. You're very well spoken. You're very pretty. And you'll make more sense than freaking Katie Kiefer or these aging Fox News babe anchorettes. Why don't you just go and, I can't do what you do. Fuck, you think I knew what I would... Anyway. So, just because it's not your personality doesn't mean you can't change it, or the weaknesses that, quote, come with your personality type are somehow, that's it, there's nothing you can... It's genetic. Oh, geez, too bad you got brown eyes. Fuck it. No, you can change these things. So, that's it. But finally, the ultimate reason why I don't put much faith in a personality test is not because they're not true. Yeah, your personality is that. But when it comes to employment and success, most employment is just kissing ass and obeying. That's all it is. Your personality does not matter. The best skill you can develop, especially for you youngins out there, and it was my generation as well, the best skill you can develop is just to mentally check out, not worry about what you're doing for your job. As long as the title is great, you're okay. As long as the you can fabricate or embellish what you did with fancy words. Everyone does it. Get it out of your head that your career and your career satisfaction has anything to do with your personality. You forget that your career is going to have any satisfaction, period. Your career is to make money so you can go have fun. You go to work to make the money to go have fun. And when you're at work, fuck your personality. I don't care if you're timid. I don't care if you're strong. I don't care if you're weak. I don't care if you're bold. I don't care if you're stubborn. I don't care if you're a pushover. You go in, you do what you're told, you shut up, and you mentally check out, just like, okay, I don't care what my job is. I mean, like, I've never, seriously, never, except for my own self-employment, never did I have a job that I couldn't have done in the 8th grade. Of all the banks and all the finance, there wasn't any fancy math, there wasn't any fancy skills. Not one place that I work could I have not done it in the 8th grade. And it's not because I was smart, it's because that's the nature of work. It's boring, mundane, monotonous, easy shit. Well, it's not easy because it's so boring. But you got it. All these degrees, all you people with your degrees and your masters, and yeah, college is mentally stimulating in some regards. Or I hope it used to be. And you're really challenged, you're really trained. You're never going to use that shit. You're never going to you are overtrained by at least 6 years. So get it out of your head that it's going to be rewarding and all that. Your personality that only matters in employment is not having one and doing whatever the fuck you're told and just collecting that check, and then slowly, then get into entrepreneurship, save up the money, go, and that's where your personality, that's when, okay, then that's you, that's something unique. But if you're an employee, you are the corporation's bitch, or the government's bitch, your employer's bitch, you shut the fuck up, you do it, collect the check, don't worry about what they said, don't worry if you're challenged, you're not going to be, you're never going to be challenged, you never will be. And then you get the fuck out once you start your own company, at least for my readers and listeners. Everybody else, there's nothing wrong with being, a corporate man, yeah, that's I don't know how you could be happy being a corporate individual. So that's the primary reason why your personality tests or types, which are interesting or intellectually curious, but don't really matter in the real world. Now, is it wise to understand it before going to college? It's not going to hurt you, but I don't think there's any insight that's going to be gained from it. You're going to learn more going to college, paying your way, having a budget, and dealing with that bullshit. And I guarantee if there's any kind of experience that will change you from one person to another, it will be college. You'll go in kind of maybe a timid, shy freshman, you'll come out more confident or whatever. You'll go in confident and arrogant and cocky because you were like everything went well for you in high school, and then all of a sudden you actually had to take calculus or something, and you're not fucking Whip Dick McFly and all the cheerleaders worship at you. You're like fucking nobody. That happens a lot, especially the girls. They're hot in their little fucking no-name Wisconsin town, and then go to a real school, and they're like average. So take it, but don't put too much faith in it, and just lower your expectations. Prepare to embrace the suck. That's the best thing that's gonna happen. Don't get rid of your dreams. Have your dreams for entrepreneurship, but it ain't gonna come from school or employment. It just isn't. Anyway, best of luck to you. Wish you the best. Toodles.